You'll never guess who slept in until 10 again. Right, so good morning. It's day 3. It's only just the morning though, but it's day 3. So today is our last day in the woods. We're going to obviously do the usual, get changed, light a fire, get some food on. We'll light our final fire out on the rocks, just because the fire in the shelter is all out and cold. There's a couple of things I want to do before I leave. Obviously I've got to pack up, but I'd also like to go and forage some bilberries to take home with me, and I'm also going to have another look at those projects that I was making yesterday and just finish them off really quickly. But the boughs and everything on the shelter is really helping to reduce the wind on the tarp, because it can get extremely windy in here. So that's why my sleeping pad burst. You can see daylight through that bad boy. Very windy up here, so you'll have to excuse that. But walking along, and we've just come across the tail feathers from a pheasant. Forgive me for the wind, but the problem with foraging in a place like this is that it's so beautiful and so timeless that you actually end up running out of time. So my original plan was to forage, pack up, forage, cook something really quick, and then head out. I actually ended up foraging for longer than I anticipated, so I've probably only got about an hour really of usable time before I need to hike down and hike to my nearest town, and an hour is not really long enough to like start a whole fire, cook and do all of that pesh. So I already have plenty of water boiled, disinfected and ready to go. However, I'm out of snacks, so I'll be hiking down just on water basically, but that's okay. I'll stop at a shop and I'll pick up some scran on my way back, so it's no bother really. So, I've already packed up the shelter. What's left to do is just the firewood that I was going to use. I'm going to bring it in here so that it stays dry, and hopefully it'll be here next time, but if not, then it'll be useful for somebody else if they decide that they're on a hike and they stop and they want to stay here. So just give you a quick look at the shelter before we sort ourselves out. It's got a fire pit here. I've been using that log as a seat. And then that is the bed made from spruce boughs. So, we made some stone knives yesterday. And we've got some leftover pine pitch glue. And we also managed to make some jewellery as well with the leftover stinging nettle cord. Well, it doesn't really matter how many shots I try to take of where I am. Filming will never do justice to the actual beauty of a place like this. But unfortunately, that's it. My time's up. I slept in too late and then I took too long carrying on foraging for those berries. So unfortunately, it's now time for me to hike out. So this video has been split into 3 parts just because it was easier to separate things into each day, and obviously this was a 3-day solo adventure. So if you made it to part 3, thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your dedication and I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I got up to on this trip. But I'm going to call it here. That's it from me. So if you like what you see and want to see more videos from me, like, subscribe, leave a comment, etc, etc, blah blah blah, you know the drill. But also, if you would prefer a trip like this to be filmed in one long video, maybe sort of half an hour to an hour, let me know. But if you prefer the short 10-15 minutes, then also let me know. But the wind's picking up, that hike isn't complete itself, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the woods.